Hey, welcome back everybody. Today I wanted to do a review and a demo of a game that I really enjoyed playing, which is Gunfire Reborn. It really gave me some old school vibes in terms of being a complete game with everything already fleshed out and really just a final piece as soon as you buy it. Whether, you have AAA titles like Battlefield and play a lot of Apex and Battlefield, and it was really a major letdown. I mean, you have millions of dollars worth in promoting this stuff and they never update or fix their issues. Really don't listen to their fan base, in my opinion, on a lot of stuff. And then this game, $13 I believe it cost me, and you get this absolute gem with so much replay value, which is hard to do today. This is a single player or multiplayer game. I'm just gonna go through the menus real quick in terms of you have the heroes here, and everything from the heroes and the talent you unlock through soul gems or soul essence. You get that just by defeating enemies and bosses as you go through the game. So you have a couple different characters, basically some single target heavy, this guy's really great for solo sessions. Also you have like a gunzerker type there with dual wield and explosive grenades. So they have basically a main ability and a secondary ability, and they have a skill tree, and we'll talk about that when we play, just how the game really fleshes out, because essentially you'll never have another playthrough the same as the first one. Really everything is randomized, from the weapon drops to your ability tree, how skills or levels up. It's all going to be randomized. So you have to unlock all these heroes except for I think the first two. I believe it's been a while since I've had to, but yeah, you use soul essence for that. Then you also use soul essence for the talent. So this is where you basically level up, and I would definitely invest in the survival skill tree regardless of whether you're playing solo or with your friends, because it is pretty difficult in the beginning stages until you could get a lot of skills here, and then it becomes easier. If you invest in battle and survival or skill and survival, you should eventually go through the first boss. And the final skill tree here is the hero skill tree. That changes with the hero you pick. So if you have a favorite hero, make sure you select them when you're about to level up this skill tree so you can have an easier time as you go through it. So again, this guy is my favorite guy, especially for solo sessions. And but you guys feel free to try all of them out and see what you like. The other cool thing with the arsenal, you have a lot of weapons, and then the weapons have basically the regular ability or damage, etc., but they also have a secondary ability in a way, and basically you right click to use that. They don't ADS, they're snipers. And the way you unlock these weapons is, as you can see on the bottom here, kill catfish gunner 20 times with lightning damage. So there's challenges. Once you complete these challenges, you unlock weapons, which again are all randomly dropped by defeating enemies, and that adds to the playthrough. By that, what I was saying before is that every playthrough is going to be different. Tongue-tied, but yeah, it's never going to be the same. So we'll give it a go here. Once you beat the first set of stages, then you unlock the elite, and then once you beat the elite, you go through nightmare, etc. And that adds new enemies with different passives and different stats, and it gets really interesting and pretty difficult, honestly. So I'm just gonna do all the first stages here, the first level, and go through all the stages, and I don't want to spoil too much with it. This is a passive I've unlocked here, so I get a weapon right away to start with. Honestly, I'm not a fan about any of these, but they're really cool. The bow. So I don't think, yeah, the bow doesn't have a passive, otherwise you have seen on the bottom right. Oh, you have, real quick, so with the weapons here, you see on the bottom you have the normal ammo, large ammo, and special ammo. Obviously you can see how it goes less and less. Special ammo really costs a lot more. You really typically want to pay attention to that. You don't want to have weapons of the same ammo. You're going to go through them really fast. And then each weapon, again, how it's never the same, it's going to have different passives here. Then your hero skill tree is what I was talking about here. You get these goblets at the end of each stage, and then that gives you an ability, randomly selected 3 abilities, and you pick one. So you can go down the element skill tree, which is basically more weapon based. It depends if you have like lightning damage, as you can see. So if you have a lightning weapon, you're going to stick with it and upgrade it throughout your entire thing, then this is the way to go. Your smoke grenades are your secondary ability. I love this one. I prefer this tree every single time. It does more damage over time, and this skill tree actually complements this skill tree right here, because you can see elemental rage increases damage dealt to any enemy under any elemental effect. Well, your smoke grenades do corrosion, so they blend really well. The orb, which is sort of his main ability that freezes an opponent or does immediate damage if they're too big to, like, I guess, freeze. You know, it's okay, but I'm not a fan of it throughout trying this. And then your scrolls are going to be your passive abilities. You get these by doing these little volts that we'll talk about. And if we find a volt, I'll show you just one of them. I'm not going to go do all of them, but yeah, it's important to get these passives. They really add up and they help throughout the game. So yeah, I'm obviously going through these enemies really easy because I'm so leveled up, but it's not going to be that easy the first time around. I don't want to give you guys any false hope here. So this is the volt I was talking about. You break these. I'm gonna do this one. Oh, so you guys, as you can see, that like they have the blue thing right above the red, the health bar. They're obviously prone. That's a shield. That's obviously prone to elemental damage. And when you see the yellow one, that's corrosive damage. And I'm pretty happy that this character actually does corrosive with these little grenades there. So it works wonders. Like I said, with solo playing, because you have all the damage that you need. You get an electric weapon. Your secondary ability deals corrosive damage, so you get the best of both. This is the goblet I was talking about. So these three are randomly generated. One grenade base damage plus 300%. I'm definitely gonna go with that one. And again, that's what adds to the replay value for the 15th time. That it's always gonna be randomized. So, yeah, the yellow health bar above the red one right there. Yeah, so this is an easy one. With your third weapon, the initial weapon, you'll never be able to change that. Just a heads up on that. So you really have to pick two weapons that complement this stuff. This is the scroll I was talking about. The legendary plus 75% weapon damage and skill damage, minus 75%. Not a fan of that. So if you ever pick up one by random, you can actually drop most of them. It'll give you an option. I don't know if this gives you an option because it's a legendary. Let's see. So scroll here. Yeah, just hold right click, discard. Yeah, some be careful, some you actually cannot discard them. This is like a little health pot. I'll if you ever look. On up to the next stage here. Rainbow. I don't know, man. It basically auto tracks your enemies, whichever one you're pointing tracks them. It's such a brain dead weapon. You just like point and click and that's it. You don't even have to really point. I mean, just be in the vicinity. Did they drop anything here? Yeah, so the closest enemy just auto locks it. Yeah, another here, so you can't shoot that. Go goblet. What grenades last for a second? See, this is what I was talking about. 30% damage to enemies affected by any elemental effect. Well, my grenades do, you know, corrosive, so that counts. So it's just gonna compile with your weapon damage. Blends really good. Oh Jesus! Oh my God! What is this? Thing fucking melts. This is nuts. It's like 3 in a row and then a big ass explosion with the final one. It's so nutty. Doesn't do a lot of damage, but yeah, it does actually have corrosive on this. Oh. Hold on. This is nuts. Yeah, you can see the little 3 little arrows about to just go through the hands. It's actually a cool weapon. How you use it? Typically have like the weapons I like to use full auto. Oh. Oh. Hold on. Oh, damn, it just actually, yeah, there's a lot of enemies in the first playthrough. Kind of nice. But, so a sword, that's actually kind of dope, but I think it's better if you have two people, you know, to use the sword that way. Because it's just me, so I'm just gonna get aggroed, everybody. Kill me. Energy orbs, blah blah blah, no, elemental, more damage. You should always upgrade a little bit of everything, but right now, just to get through this, we're not good. Yeah. It does no damage because it already attacks me. I think you can actually, yeah, so this is what I want to talk about. I actually almost forgot. So you see on the bottom right next to my Q and my dash, right, where it has the cooldown next to the weapon in the bottom right corner. So you see where you right click, it gives you the right click option, but I don't have it with the stinger. So, but I have it here. So these are the passives I was talking about. So this weapon's passive is it fires a tracking orb. So wherever you fire into an enemy, it's just gonna track that enemy. Holy crap, man. What's in? Oh, jeez. What is happening? I just stopped aiming and got rattled. Yeah, so this guy aimed that though. Alright, then there's these chests that I, you know, basically give 220, obtain luxurious gift box. There's a great chance. So it's just trades for money for the most part. Reroll all inscriptions of the selected weapon. You know, those inscriptions are the passives I was talking about, so you can change that up. I honestly don't like this weapon. Personally, it does no damage, but neither does this one. You gotta find a craftsman. You always have a craftsman right before the final stage, but sometimes they're in just your normal stages, and those guys allow you to upgrade your weapons. Basically, you get two upgrades. You can either upgrade one weapon twice, so both weapons one time each. You know, depends if you pick up a weapon that's already been upgraded a couple times, then you can focus on the first one. That's why once you get weapons that you like, you don't, you know, you can just keep them and keep going through every level with them. That's the beautiful thing about this game. I thought of everything. At least in my eyes, I really don't find anything too much wrong with it. It is what it is. It's fleshed out, good. I mean, customization really is the only thing that I guess, you know, just have different outfits for your, you know, if you can unlock different outfits for your heroes, that'd be kind of cool. So we're just gonna max it out. 20% damage. Scroll here because we beat a tough. While moving, the faster you move, the less damage. Okay. That's a good passive. There's no drawback on that. It just is what it is. We might fucking die here. We have no good weapons. But we have the peddler. So he has health, ammo, grenades, so you can restock for your final fight. But then he also has certain weapons. So bloody drill is actually kind of cool. And then the +2 you see next to is how many times it's been upgraded. So let's say we're on the 3rd stage, right? Those weapons aren't going to start from +1 or 0. They're going to be like +5 or +4, whatever is, you know, appropriate for that level. Prism. This is actually kind of cool. Corrosive damage. You can see here, it'll tell you all the shock, excuse me, projectiles, blah blah. So this has a lot of inscriptions, whereas 50% total weapon damage against enemies, shock effect. So this pairs well with the lightning one. I might have to buy something because I'm not a fan of any of these. So we're just gonna go with that. And then so I have 2 corrosives and they're both special ammo. Really, I thought this through, as you could tell. This is the craftsman. So this is what I'm talking about. It's enhanced +2, +1, so it's only 100, but then it's gonna be 200 after +2. So the cost goes up, and then I can either get this to 3. I mean, yeah, +3, one or the other, because I only have 1 enhancement with this one. And pray for the best. Now the final bosses do change eventually. So until you beat the first boss on this stage, it's gonna be the same guy. But after a while of going through it, you're actually gonna unlock a secondary boss. Once there's like a finite number of times you beat them, and then it starts rotating. So this is the secondary boss. This is a spoiler alert. You're not gonna fight this guy the first time, so I apologize about this little spoiler, but we're just gonna have to see it through now. I'm just gonna toss some grenades here so I can as you can see, my damage just got up. I'm not doing it. Good. It's actually chunking pretty good on some of the hits. All that passive, that plus 100% weapon damage really stacks up once you get all your grenades going. But then you see the little green things right there, the soul gems, I'm getting those. Lots of cool guns, +3, right? No passive, this just fires like a nice little projectile. It explodes on impact, I believe. Excuse me. I love the Icy Spear. Once you guys eventually get to unlock this, you know, I'm not going to show you too many spoilers already. So, Legendary. Gain 3 stacks of Lightless Shield every 30 seconds. Attacking is good. Dude, that's amazing. That's genuinely, there's a reason that's legendary. That's awesome. Especially for boss fights, you can, what, 3 attacks? Usually in boss fights, that's like your whole health, dude. But it's 3. I love this. I haven't used this in so long, I forgot. Anyway, I get carried away. But that's the game. And I love it. And I wanted to show you because it doesn't have millions of dollars in promotions like every other game, AAA title that's gonna let you down. It's like I said, it brings me back to old school gaming, like a Nintendo game or something like that, where it's fleshed out, it's complete, and it's there for the gamer, and everything is there, not behind a paywall. You can unlock everything that's in the game just by playing the game, and that's amazing. And it's an old school concept, and I applaud it. And I really wanted to give it a shout out and, you know, put it out there in the light for the people that watch this video, so you could try something new, maybe try for yourself now that you've seen what the game actually looks like. And so if it's something you enjoy, please go ahead, try it out, and make sure you know, I want to support this development group so they can make more games, because so far I've supported Apex with like thousands of dollars of just buying skins. Servers are still trash, everything sucked. I pre-ordered the Ultimate Edition of Battlefield, that was a huge letdown, and this $13 game just ended up being like a complete gem. So I wanted to share it with you guys. That's the full demo. I'm not going to do any more so you guys don't get more spoilers. Again, try it out. Now you know what it looks like. Well, if you want to try it out, obviously. But I enjoyed it, and I hope you do too. Let me know in the comments below what you thought about it. And I hope to see you all in the next one.